Oh, okay. And tell me, do you have any assignments that you will be doing soon?
Oh no, not yet.
Okay. And oh, Jenny, when was the last time you did a drawing?
I just did it today.
You did? And what was it? What did you draw?
Aja is a girl, but she is a tomboy. You get it?
Say again.
A girl who is a tomboy.
Okay. Okay. And tell me, are you going to keep the drawing or are you gonna put it up on your wall?
I would never put it on my wall. I think it's gonna be dirty anyway, but I will tape it on my notebook.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you for saying that, Jenny. And Jenny, when was the last time you went to the shop to go buy things, groceries with your mom?
I did go to the shop on Friday this week. It's just
Mm-hmm.
that just buy some stuff that we run out of.
Okay. Okay, so Jenny, let's get started. Today we're going to talk about should hunting be banned as a sport. Do you know what is hunting?
Yeah,
Okay. And what do you think? Should they ban it as a sport or not?
well, um, well, people says it's a circle of life, so I don't think some are stuffed for trophies, others are sold for their skins. In recent years, however, hunters have been the one under the attack. Hunting seasons have been shortened. Land has been placed off limits for hunters, and certain animals have been declared endangered, which means no one is allowed to kill them. Why? Many people say hunting is cruel and unhuman. These people also say that hunting destroys the environment. Hunters say that they are just doing what people have always done. They say hunting is an American tradition and that no one has the right to tell them to stop. Many hunters also say they need to hunt because it provides food for their families.
Okay. So every year about 40 million Americans go hunting. They shoot a bear, a moose, and what are prairie dogs?
Different kind of dogs.
Okay. So is a prairie dog is a dog that normally helps chase the cattle into certain fields. Okay. So those dogs that normally goes help hunting or that goes in the field. Okay. So those are prairie dogs. And some of these animals become food. Some are stuffed with trophies. Okay. What does it mean they are stuffed?
It's
Stuffed
stuff
with trophies.
like we are taking something and then put it in a place. It's like an egg. We push it. They're forcing it.
Yeah. So it's like they take the body of the animal and they basically remove the insides and then they stuff it with something so you can put it against your wall.
Yeah.
Right. Well done. And then others are sold for their skins in reason. So can we? Have you ever seen any accessories like a handbag or a wallet or something like that, or shoes that's made out of animal skin?
I have never.
Have you seen it before?
No.
Right. So you know, like snake skin. Sometimes it is the snake skin. They make handbags or crocodile skin. Have you ever
Sure.
seen it on TV?
No, I never heard it, but my mom did have a purse that smelled cow skin, which is
Yeah.
like I don't really know if it's actually cow skin. It just looks so fake though.
Mm. Yeah. It sometimes can be, but it's a very strong. They call it leather.
Oh,
So animal skin is called leather. Okay. Now, hunting seasons have been shortened. Land has been placed off limits. What does it mean if something is off limits?
it's like is some it's not gonna like it's not gonna okay. Well, it's gonna like go on, but still they have a time limit for it to stop, right?
Mhm. If something is off limits, are you allowed to access it or not?
No.
Nah. So if it's off limits, we are not allowed to touch it. We're not allowed to access it. Okay, that's the meaning of off limits. So when you say to someone, do not touch my school bags or do not touch my things, it's off limits. Okay.
Okay.
And then the next one, and certain animals have been declared. What does it mean if they're declared endangered? What does it mean if animals are endangered?
It's like they're in danger. Like it's
Yeah.
they're about to end all of them really.
So
So
then
yeah,
they can, there's risk
yeah,
and they're threatened.
yeah.
Definitely. Which means no one is allowed to kill them. Why? Many people say hunting is cruel and inhuman. What does it mean if something is inhuman?
It's
Inhumane.
is unnatural for a human, right?
Yeah. It's cruel, it's brutal, it's harsh.
Right.
Okay? And in these people also say that hunting destroys the environment. Hunters say that they're just doing what people have always done many years ago. They say hunting is an American tradition. What does it mean if something is a tradition?
It's like it's have been doing this cycle for many years.
Mm-hmm. Well done. And no one has the right to tell them to stop. Many hunters also say that they need to hunt because it provides food for their families. What do you think? Should hunting be banned? Okay, now let's see why some people say yes, it should be banned. Can you read that for us?
Very few people hunt because they need to feed their families. Today, people don't even need to eat meat at all. Besides, hunters often shoot at animals that they aren't allowed to hunt in Colorado. Hunters are not.
Colorado?
Oh,
Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Look like color. Hunters are allowed to shoot at elk, but not moose. But they keep shooting at the moose anyway. It would be better if they weren't allowed to hunt at all.
Okay, and let's see why some people say no to hunting being banned.
What is a hunter's bullet any more cruel than a mountain lion fang? Every animal survives by eating living things, whether it's plants or animals. Besides, in some states, people have to hunt and store food for the winter. There's a reason why the moose is the most hunted of all animals in the state of Alaska. One moose can supply more than 500 pounds of meat.
Wow, that's a lot of meat, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, region. Okay, so what kind of animals are hunted in your country? Do you know, Chenny? Do you know what animals are being hunted or being killed for food in
Yeah.
your country?
Well, the most I commonly will see is like pig and chicken and cow, but most like rarely is just chicken.
Okay, chicken. And tell me, do the people normally tell you how they hunted the animals?
They never though.
Okay. And do you, and when you go to the shop with your mom and your mom buys food, okay? Do you go and touch the meat?
No, that would disgust me even more. If it
Hmm.
was like plants, then I would be fine with it.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and the eggs of the chickens. Okay, Do they tell you? Do they tell you when when a chicken hatched the eggs?
No, it's a weird way of starting a conversation with a stranger for them, I think. So it's never.
Okay, so in my country, Jenny, some people at the markets they tell you when they hunted, how they hunted, and they even tell you when they picked the eggs and all of that. They give you the whole history about the food.
Mine just tell how good the project is.
Ah, okay. Perfect. Now, on that note, Jenny, tell me, what do you think? Should hunting be banned or should it not be banned?
Should not be banned.
Okay. So I want you to give me three reasons why. Okay, think about it. So you are going to tell me you're going to support the opinion of why hunting should not be banned. Give me three reasons and examples, and then conclude your rebuttal.
Okay,
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So,
Okay.
to my opinion, hunted hunted animal is kind of fine for me. It's because that first of all is a circle of life, and then like for example, we're just watching a documentary about fish, but then somehow the crocodile kill one of them, and you feel bad. But when you watch a documentary about crocodiles, they need to catch food for their kids, and then you feel like soothing and feel good for them. It's like somehow a twisting mind of changing of your heart, even though the documentary is talking about the main animal, and you just feel good or feel sad for that main animal. It's like just having a look. And also, second of all, all of the people did that in the past, so why not this? It's like, even though I know a lot of people support the animal and we shouldn't kill them, I know that a lot of them are not vegetarian and some of them is vegetarian. Is that even though they are vegetarian and it says that we shouldn't hunt animal, sure, that's count, I guess. And for the people who aren't vegetarian and think killing animals bad, well, it's kind of like questionable just to kind of think about it. They eat meat, but they love the animal. So why would they even love the animal if I could say? Third of all is third of all, you can also have a change reluctant heart for each kind of animal when you watch a documentary, right? Especially for those people who tell the history about those animal, the main animal that you're hearing. So yeah, I guess you're just watching a tiger and you feel good because they just need to catch animal for the kids. Especially they need to catch big animal. And when you watch about the elephant and they got catch by the tiger, you feel bad for the elephant. So that just exchange your heart for different kind of animal you're hearing about. So I don't think so. Also, you're eating the meat. All people eat meat for survival anyway. So
So, yes.
um, that's all.
Okay. And in conclusion.
In conclusion, is hunt people hunted animals is good for myself.
Yes. Hey, well done, Jenny. That was amazing. Now, moving on to the next one. Our next topic is, should students get paid for attending school? Ha. Now, before we're going to read this, what is your opinion on this, Jenny?
It's random,
Mhm.
and I don't think they should get paid. But also, the parent will be very happy if they do, not the person who is working for at the school.
Okay. Let's see. So some people say that we should pay kids for showing up for school. Others say that education should be the only motivation for going to school. What do you think? Can you read for us the article? What are other people saying?
It's 7 a.m. and you're not sure if you're well enough to go to school. You're not quite sick, but you think you might have a cold. Maybe just a little cold. Maybe only the sniffles. So you tell your mom that you should definitely stay home, just to play it safe. The next thing you know, she's handing you your lunch and pushing you out the door. Sounds familiar. It's not like this for everyone. In some schools across the United States, kids will do anything to not miss a single day of school, and it's a reason for this dedications. At their schools, they get paid for good attendance. Many people are trying to stop this. They say kids shouldn't be paid for attending school. They say this is nothing more than bribery. Others says that is if getting kids to stay in school is so important, then paying them is an idea that would work. Could work.
Good work. So it's 7 a.m. and you're not sure if you're well enough to go to school. You're not quite sick, but the thing you might have a cold. Maybe it's just a little cold. Maybe only the sniffles. What are the sniffles?
It's like you sneeze a lot, but only a little bit, but also you have a runny nose, a bit.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, she's handing you your lunch and pushing you out the door. Sounds familiar. It's not like this for everyone. In some schools across the United States, kids will do anything not to miss a single day of school. Tell me, Jenny, have you ever missed a day of school?
Never, but I did do it a lot in the past. It's like I didn't actually do it. It was like it's not my fault. I just, you know, didn't do the time well, and I sleep over that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And have you ever been sick and couldn't go to school?
Well, in the past, it's rarely even happened, but now I actually have a lot kind of sick. But I think it's gonna wear it off a lot now. But I never tell my mom or dad not for me not to go to school because well, I just scared that I will skip some lesson that is very important. I'm a teacher. I will get scolded. I'm a scared teacher, so that's just sad.
Right. And so, it's not like this for everyone in some schools, okay? And there's a reason for this dedication. What does it mean to be dedicated?
It's like okay, how do I forgot the word actually. Um, you are very focused and what's you're focused and you're very um you're focused and wait for you what you wanted and I forgot. But I know what it means actually.
Okay, you are committed.
Yeah.
There we go. So at these schools, they get paid for good attendance. Wow. Many people are trying to stop this. They say kids shouldn't be paid for attending school. They say this is nothing more than bribery. What is bribery?
Just salvaging and then just brainwashing them to do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I could think.
Right? So bribery, they say there's nothing more than so if you so bribery is when we pay someone to do something even if it's against their will.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Others say that it's getting kids to stay in school is important, so then paying them is an idea that could work. Okay. But what do you think, Jenny? If someone paid you to go to school, okay, would you take the money?
Yes.
Say again?
Yeah.
Of
No,
course, yes.
not because like I'm actually gonna use it. I'm probably gonna get my mom scolded anyway. It's just that I just like saving money. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see why some people say yes to this. Can you read for us this part?
For some students, school is really hard. Every day is a challenge. We need to do everything we can to keep them in school. Paying them can prevent them from dropping out. Also, good attendance leads to good grades. That's worth whatever it costs. If we need to pay kids to do better in school, we should. It will be worth it in the end.
Okay. So some students, for some students, school is really hard. Why do you think for some kids, school's really hard?
Those challenging homework, and sometimes you get your teacher scolded or being bullied and gossip, kind of like that.
Okay, so there's a lot of additional factors that plays a role, and we need to do everything we can to keep them in school. Paying them can also prevent them from dropping out. Do you know any kids who has ever been dropped out from school?
Yeah, well, I'm only in fifth grade, but well, maybe I would notice that in high school, I guess.
And also good attendance leads to good grades. And that's worth whatever it costs. If we need to pay kids to do better in school, we should. It will be worth it in the end. So, do you think, Jenny, if kids in your school gets paid to go to school, okay, they will do better in their grades?
No, not really. Maybe a lot of them will just be there for money and not want the education. But we all know that, well, all kids really want good grades, so they just do what they best. you know. But even though they got good grade, doesn't mean the attitude will be the same though.
Oh, and even though they get paid, so you don't think they will study hard to get good grades?
Depending on them though, but they're only there for money, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, very true. Depending on their choice and their decision. And can you read for us why people saying no? It should not be paid.
Is this a joke? Students should not be bribed to attend school. There are tons of kids around the world who are working sweet shop. Give them the education that paid kids are too lazy to get on their own. School is a place where you can learn how to deal with the future. If some kids don't want to take advantage of our free system, then tell them what they take a hike. Yeah.
Right. Now, students should not be bribed to attend school. There are tons of kids around the world who are working in sweatshops. What are sweatshops?
It's like they don't have a choice, so they have to work in a switch shops. Like the shop that have a work. Okay, this is getting random. Can you just explain? I don't know how.
No problem. I'm gonna help you. Okay. So when we look at sweatshops, okay. So a sweatshop is basically is clothing stores. They work in clothing stores and where they physically do labor and they get very little money.
Yeah, it's that.
That is sad, yeah. And it is, and there are a lot of shops like these, businesses around the world where they make use of kids to do the manual labor and then pay them tiny bits amount of money, which is not right.
Oh,
Guys, those are sweatshops. Give them the education that paid kids are too lazy to get on their own. School is a place where you learn how to deal with the future. If some kids don't want to take advantage of our free system, then tell them to take a hike. What does it mean to tell someone to take a hike?
um, well, to tell them to take a hike is, I don't know.
Tell them to go. So if you say take a hike, okay, that means go. You can no longer be here.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought they were meant to say go take an actual hike.
So take a hike and go on a hike, different meaning. If we say I'm going on a hike, that means I'm going to go on a walk in the forest, okay? But if you tell someone, go take a hike, that means leave, go.
Okay. That's
Did you
kind of
learn something
random.
new today?
Yeah, that's kind of random, but okay.
It's actually a polite way to say to someone, leave.
Yeah, but even though that, they still gonna feel hurt anyway.
They're gonna feel hurt because it's not something people want to hear. Normally we would say, can you kindly leave? Okay, that would be the appropriate way to say it. But if you say to someone, we don't raise the voice, we don't say, go take a hike. Okay, that is rude. But if you say, could you please take a hike? That means could you please leave?
Huh, okay.
Okay, so we don't just say take a hike. Okay. I know, very, very tempting. Okay, so consider both. Now ask two adults how they feel about. Ooh, okay, we can't ask mom and dad yet. Um, okay, so you have to tell me. I want to know. Okay, Jenny, I wanted to oppose. Okay, so you have to think of four reasons
Okay.
why. Okay, four reasons why students should not get paid for attending school, and give me examples. And then I want you to conclude your rebuttal. Okay, are you ready?
Okay. So my main opinion today is I don't think students should get paid anything for attending school. Yeah. It's first of all is that they only attend school because of money. Now not it's not like what I'm gonna say. I'm just saying that what my friend would do if they actually would get paid. And sometimes they would just use the money to buy ridiculous stuff that I don't even know why they even buy those anyway, somehow. Second of all, is even though they get the money, doesn't mean all of them will get the motivation from out of nowhere and then got high grade. It doesn't work like that. Life is just different. Life is just like hard to know. And then it's just a tricky puzzle. So even though they get the money, they will be happy, but not for the grade, depending on them actually. Third of all, is for the person who paid this student for attending school, will be sad for that person. Even though I know that they will get paid at the end of the year, at the end of the month, I don't know what day they will get paid actually. So I don't care of how many money they would get. It's just that I kind of feel bad that they have to like put out their money just to pay the students for no reason. I mean, like, come on, you do that on your first day of the job. Yeah, that would be fun, and you can like, watching the kids smile, and you just like a blooming heart, right? But you doing that all day and became a loop, and then you somehow think it again, and you just think you're just wasting your money of how much you got paid just to do this worthless job, and then you just feel sad, and you look at a kid with a side after they walk past you. Yeah. Fourth of all is well, some fourth of all children could get sneaky. Is maybe like they would wear masks and do stuff, wear masks and cover the whole face, and then they got paid. They take off their disguise and then go again, and they get another money, right? It's just somehow like that. You do it. The person who paid the student gets so over, they just do it again. They don't even know what's the difference on each student. They just give the money or whatever, because I know some of them are. And it's not because of laziness, it's just tiredness. And the in conclusion is I don't think students actually need to get paid for attending schools. It's because it's kind of ridiculous and random.
Okay, valid point made. Okay, so Jenny, I'm going to also give an example of my rebuttal. Okay, so first of all, here are two reasons why I believe students should not get paid for attending school. Firstly, school is education that is a privilege, okay? Because there are a lot of kids that doesn't have the luxury of even attending a school, and therefore by paying kids to go to school makes it a little bit hard for those kids who are underprivileged. And also, it is also a way of showing that it is becoming a business and not an educational form. So, my take on this is that when kids get paid for something, they think it's something that it's just that they're getting paid for and not something that they need to work hard for themselves. It's just it's becoming like another job. So if they're just getting paid to do something, they're not going to put too much effort into something because they know even if they just attend, they will get the money. But if they actually work for something, they know they need to pass it without getting remuneration, which is money for it. It's something for their future. And then they will know how to work hard for something that they want to earn in the future for. Otherwise, they think it's just going to come easily to them. And I think it also helps with discipline, self-discipline. If they get paid to do something, it is a forced discipline. It is not a natural discipline. And natural discipline is needed for them to survive one day in the bigger world. And therefore, I believe that getting paid for to go to school should be prohibited. And that's my conclusion.
Wow, that's 10
Right.
times more countdown actually.
Right. So Chenny, you did great. You did great. I just wanted you to hear how I say it. You can always listen and you can take a few bits and pieces from me with your next rebuttal. Okay. So moving on to this part. Okay. So the next one we have, yeah, huh? If you do the crime, should your parents do the time? What does that mean? If you do the crime, should your parents do the time?
But if I do the crime, then my parent need to be the person need my parent need to be the one who need to support me and trying their best not to make me go to jail. Is that it?
Okay, so meaning if you did something wrong, someone needs to be punished. And meaning that should your parents be punished? Let's find out. Okay, read for us the article.
Is when kids do things that are wrong, their parents normally get angry, but they usually don't get sentenced or fined themselves. Until now, today, more than 35 states have laws holding parents legally responsible for their children's actions. In California, parents can be forced to pay up to 25,000 to cover the cost of property damage their children cause. In Oregon, parents can be fined up to 1,000 or be ordered to attend parenting classes if the kids commit juvenile crimes. Some states are even cutting welfare parents if their children miss school regularly. But many people think these policies are terrible. They say parents have some responsibilities, but that the only person to blame for crime is a criminal. They also say the laws send a bad message to kids. It tells them that they aren't responsible for their own actions. What do you think?
Let's find out. Okay, so when kids do things that are wrong, Their parents normally get angry, definitely, but they usually don't get sentenced. What does it mean to get sentenced?
Like, don't get sent.
Punished.
Yeah.
Okay. Or find themselves. Okay. What does it mean to don't get sentenced or fined? So normally when we get fined, it means they pay a penalty for doing something wrong. Okay? So until now, today, more than 35 states have laws holding parents legally responsible. What does it mean to hold parents legally responsible?
Legally is kind of like mean like you can do it as the law says. Like you can literally do it on the law. What the law says actually. So
Yes,
yeah. So
definitely. So we
responsible.
can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Responsible is you can take your own action.
Well said. Okay. So for the children's actions in California, parents can be forced to pay up to $25,000 to cover the cost of property. What is property damage?
Property is there. It's kind of the place that you should not touch or even broke a single scratch mark on those places because it's not yours.
Yeah, it's someone else's. Yes. It can be anything. It can be a house, it can be an object, it can be a vehicle, a car, it can be a computer, a mobile phone, anything. To the children's course. In in Oregon, parents can be fined up to $1,000 or be ordered to attend parenting classes. What is parenting classes?
It's like you take the classes, like the students will take the classes to learn something new. But this is different. This is the opposite. You need to learn how to raise a kid well, like a real parent would do.
Hmm. So, order to attend parenting classes if their kids commit. Ooh, what are juvenile crimes?
It's like crimes that's supposed not to be in the law, like the law. If the law says something and then you do the opposite one, I guess that is.
So, juvenile means teenage, young kids crime. Okay, so juvenile is for young kids. Crimes like is normal crimes is for adults, but if it's juvenile, it means kids has committed a crime. Okay, so that's the difference between them. So some states are even cutting welfare payments. What are welfare payments?
Well, the payment is fair, but it's very welfare. Yes.
Okay, so welfare is like for it's a group of people who takes good of care of people's health and the way they live and their well-being and that they are protected and all of that. So that's the welfare.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
say, but in different way.
there we go. So if their children miss school regularly, but many people think that these policies are terrible. They say parents have some responsibilities, but that the only person to blame for the crime is a criminal. Okay. They also say that the law send a bad message to kids. It tells them that they aren't responsible for their own actions. Okay. So, Jenny, what you are going to do? What do you think? Tell why it would be a good rule and tell why it would be a bad rule. Okay. So why parents do time. Okay. So I'm going to send this for you for homework. So the yes and the no. And then you're going to tell me why it would be a bad rule and why it would be a good rule. Okay. So, Jenny, did you enjoy your session today?
Yeah.
You did really good. I'm very proud of you. Always remember when you start your rebuttal, always do the introduction. This is the reason why, these are the following reasons why I believe it is a good rule. Okay. And then introduce your rules and then say, in conclusion, this is what I believe. Okay, because it makes us stronger. Jenny, I'm going to send you the homework. You can do it in your own time, and then I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay.
See you. Bye bye, Jenny. Well done.
Bye bye. Have great days.